Okay, we are live. Welcome, mamas, to the Mom and Baby Nutrition Support Group with Alex Gardner. I'm Alex. I am a registered and licensed dietitian and a certified lactation consultant. And if you are new to this group, welcome. Every single week, we go live right inside this group to talk about a topic or a subject that I get a lot of questions about and that moms are really interested in learning more about. And one thing that I've gotten some questions on is what's really the best nutrition to help you heal or recover when you've had a C-section. Now, this applies to any surgery. Anytime muscle is cut, anytime you have an incision, a broken bone, anytime you have an injury to the body, this is going to apply. But for moms in this group, C-sections are probably on your mind, whether you just had one, you have a scheduled one, or you're really just worried about maybe having an emergency C-section when your baby comes. So we're going to be talking about what nutrients, what foods you need to include in your diet post C-section to make sure that your recovery is optimized. So first, does nutrition matter? Does it matter post-surgery? And the answer is absolutely. Absolutely, it matters. It is essential to healing. Because what happens is what you eat is broken down in your body and it becomes building blocks for new tissue in your body, new muscle, new skin. And the calories, and remember, calories are not a bad thing. The calories in the food that you eat is energy. It supplies your body with the ability to repair that tissue. And it provides your body with antioxidants to counter the body's stress of healing, whether that be skin, bone, muscle, whatever it is, your body needs it. And all of this equals faster recovery time. So first, we all know that water is very important, but when you have surgery, it's even more important because it's so critical to your recovery. So when I say this, I mean, when you're dehydrated, your blood volume decreases. Now, you want your blood to be flowing really strong throughout your body at all times, but especially when you're trying to heal. And the reason for this is because blood carries oxygen throughout the body and it carries essential nutrients throughout the body, and then it takes away the other nutrients in the deoxygenated blood and it circulates it all. Okay, so if you're dehydrated, your incision, your C-section incision, will not get it will get the oxygen and nutrients that it needs, but not at the optimal rate. And therefore, if you're dehydrated, your healing is going to take longer. Now, for those of you that are wondering more about how much water you need and tips on drinking water, I did a training recently on hydration tips. So if you know that you are someone who struggles to stay hydrated, you might want to check that training out. It's under the guide section under helpful tips. It's called hydration hacks. So I definitely encourage you to check that out. So water is number one. Number two, calories. Now, I mentioned this earlier, but calories equal energy. And your body needs more calories than normal after surgery because it takes a lot of energy for your body to create muscle and to create skin and to heal that incision. And we know that calories are energy. So if you don't have enough calories to sustain your body's needs, it's going to take longer for your body to fully heal and recover. Now, this one may be obvious to most of you, especially if you work out a lot. But protein is so important because we need protein to rebuild muscle. Now, when we eat protein, our body breaks it down into amino acids, which are the building blocks for muscle, okay? Then our body uses those building blocks to form the muscle, obviously. So when you have an incision like a C-section incision, your protein needs actually increase. Now, when I say protein, there's many different sources of protein besides just meat. Yes, of course, you can have meat and fish and all that stuff, but there's also dairy, soy, legumes, beans, nuts, seeds. All of these provide large amounts of protein. So just keep that in mind and make sure you're including a wide variety of protein sources in your diet. 4, zinc. Now, zinc, you might not have thought of, but zinc is very important, and it's a mineral that we need to make sure that we're having enough of when we are recovering from surgery. And the reason for this is that zinc helps your body make protein and collagen. So collagen is important for muscles and skin. And zinc is one of those nutrients, one of those minerals that helps restore muscle and restore skin around that incision. Now, interestingly, you're going to say, okay, Alex, where do you get zinc from? You have a picture of an almond on there. So interestingly, oysters are the number one source of zinc, but most of us don't eat oysters on a daily basis. Okay, unless, I guess you live by the ocean and you have a lot of money and you eat oysters on the half shell all the time. But most of us don't do that. And so you can get zinc from other foods like meats, seeds, and nuts, like almonds. So these are important to include in a post-surgery diet. Now, B12 is another nutrient that's really important in wound healing because similar to zinc, it also helps your body in making protein. But something B12 also does is it helps your body make DNA and red blood cells. So remember when we were talking earlier about water and how important it is to have a strong flowing blood? This is one of those minerals that also helps with that. Now, B12 is mainly found in animal-based foods like meat, cheese, dairy. So if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you really want to find B12 in fortified foods or fermented foods. But you may also need to take a B12 supplement if you're vegetarian. That's something you can discuss with your dietitian. Now, finally, we have vitamins C and E. Now, vitamins C and E are important because they are antioxidants. So when your body has just undergone surgery and it's trying to heal an incision, it's under a lot of stress, or what we like to call in the medical field, oxidative stress. So this is why we need antioxidants to counteract the oxidative stress, if that makes sense, right? So these vitamins are also really helpful, not only in being an antioxidant, but in helping collagen formation, which we know is important for the skin. And it's helpful in with all the other functions of the body, just like all other vitamins and minerals, but these are going to be especially important post-surgery. Now, just like with all other vitamins and minerals, these are going to be found in fruits and vegetables. So you want to make sure that you're eating lots and lots of produce post-surgery. So I went over some of those basic nutrients that you need to look for. We said water, we said calories, we said protein, we said zinc, we said B12, and we said vitamins C and E. But what does your body specifically need? Because remember, every mom is different. Every pregnancy is different. Every baby is different. So if you're curious about what your specific body needs, you can message me privately, or you can comment more info below in the comments to book a complimentary 15-minute session. And we can really look at what your body is going through and kind of like what your specific water, calorie, protein, all these needs are for you. So if that's something you're interested in, or if you have any questions whatsoever about this presentation today, feel free to message me or comment below. I'll get back to you. And I always say this, but if you guys have any topics that have not been covered in these live streams, but that you're curious to know more about, feel free to let me know so I can make sure that the trainings in this Facebook group are going to be the most beneficial to members in the group. So mamas, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye guys.